Jaymes is just an all-around amazing person. He has the most integrity of any person I've ever met, and also just the initiative that he takes on every project is outstanding. He is an asset to our district in every way imaginable.
I think he's a hard worker, and he pushes us to work hard. So I would say be ready to work, because he pushes you, definitely. And he's a jokester.
Well, so I was kind of a product of the late 90s, early 2000s, where it became like your sophomore year, you had to pick a track. Were you going to go I think in Kansas it was called the industrial arts track, or were you going the college-bound track? And so I was always on the college-bound track, but it kind of came to the point where, what am I going to do with my life? And I never, that thought of the future and what I want to do, I hadn't put that into perspective. My family, my dad grew up on a farm. I knew that wasn't for me. He was a banker. Sitting behind a desk didn't seem real exciting, and so at the time, football was a major component in my life, being a big guy. I had the dreams of someday maybe running the ball in for a touchdown, doing something, and when I went to junior high football, they're like, oh, you're gonna block, and so football was always something that I could use my size to create an advantage for myself, to be successful and be a part of a team. So as I was going through high school, I was like, I think I want to get into coaching and teaching. I had a lot of good coaches that impacted my life, and it was very much like Lebanon. We were always kind of the expectation. We were always one of the top programs in the area. And I remember sophomore year thinking like, okay, I'm really going to start JV, really kind of work my way up to varsity. And the coach handed me a football, and he says, learn to snap the ball. You're going to be my center next year. I'm like, oh, okay. So I think having someone set that high of expectation for me and seeing things that I didn't see in myself, that's kind of what I wanted to do moving forward. And as I started preparing for my role in education, I've always been kind of drawn to leadership positions, and other mentors in my life have said, you should do this, you should look at that. And so went through some different leadership opportunities and kind of worked my way into administration, and then working with at-risk students is something I've always been passionate about, helping them find those sparks in themselves, those strengths that they don't necessarily see, and drawing that out. But then the district level impact I could have with Swarm. How can we engage nearly 20% of our kindergarten through 8th grade students in a program after school in something that's going to help them both academically, but also maybe help them find a passion. It's just going to help our whole system all the way through.
Jaymes has sought out many funding opportunities for grants through the state of Missouri. The enrichment grant and the 21st century grants are the highlights of this year, and single-handedly has raised multi-millions for our district. That helps fund Jacket Swarm, our after-school program for students, and we provide transportation. And honestly, across the state, he is leading the way with this work. We have people seeking him out and visiting our campus and seeing what opportunities we're providing for students. I can't say enough good things, really.
Studies show that when a student's involved with something related to school, they connect with an adult, they're going to be more engaged in school. And so we're getting kids engaged, but we're getting them engaged in activities that they're really passionate about.